I am gaming. I am gaming. I am gaming podcast.
Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the latest episode of I Am Gaming podcast. This is a podcast about the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, and many more cool things I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, a huge thanks goes to my Patreon supporters. Yes, you really make this podcast possible. And I'm super thankful for each and every one of you. Everyone else, please check out my Patreon supporters in the description below. The links will take you to their YouTube channels, Twitch streams, games, crypto projects, NFT projects, and many more cool things that are awesome. And I'm exceedingly happy and grateful to have these amazing people backing up I Am Gaming podcast. If you want to be among them, please check out the link in the description below. It will take you to my Patreon page, and I would love to promote your ventures and your works of art or business if you'd be interested in supporting my podcast. Now, this is episode 137, and it's all about the first reviews that I'm getting for my latest book, which is called The Short Guide to Everything Important in Life. I published it 2 months ago, around that time, and it's getting its first reviews right about now. These are of course scattered over different platforms. Goodreads is a great destination for reviews, of course, for any book. The same goes for Short Guide, and currently it has one 4-star review, which isn't that great, but it has a lot of people still reading it, and some of them began reading it really recently on July 8th. That is amazing to see, because it means that they purchased the book just recently, and I will love to see what they make of it. On the actual Amazon page, I have 2 ratings. Both are 5-star ratings. They're not reviews. Still no reviews, written reviews on Amazon. But I'm looking forward to them as well. But most importantly, I got direct feedback about the book from people reading it. And for me, it's amazing. People find the book slightly funny and interesting, but at the same time, as something that provides some value in terms of the ideas that it shares about life in general. Now, I wrote the book as a kind of culmination of 10 years of my counseling activities and working as a psychological counselor. I did it to kind of share my thoughts and views about life in general and all of the important topics that I believe we all share in some shape or form. The idea behind the book is to do that, but the form it has is slightly different. It has a twist in it, in which I kind of use a narrative mechanism that would be kind of difficult to explain, but it steps out from the classical non-fiction works of literature, even though it is non-fiction, and kind of does this trick, let's call it that, to make reading interesting. And I try to talk to the readers directly, which is also a kind of new territory for me. I never did it in that shape and form in my previous books. Now I did it here. Also, this is my longest book so far. It's, again, not that long in terms of like works of fiction, but it has 84 pages and it took me a while to write it. So it's awesome to see the book getting good feedback. Presently, the worst thing I learned about the book is the 4-star rating on Goodreads, which is actually pretty amazing. If that's the worst opinion so far, I'm golden. And hopefully the things that people continue to say about the book will remain solid. Of course, not all will like it. That's completely normal, and I'm not expecting it. It's not the best book in the world, of course. But so far, so good. So if you're also interested in the book, please check it out. The link is in the description below. I try to do some, let's call it a funny or interesting approach that combines a lot of pop culture references and ideas and notions from pop culture, which I love, of course, and mix it in with a decade of counseling experience where I talk to numerous clients about a lot of different topics related to their lives, but which are actually, in my view, related to everyone all of the time and everywhere, again, in some shape and form. So the book is generating some traction. I would love for the book to continue to do that. If you'd like to help out, please check it out. Link again is in the description below. You can download it. You can buy it for $3 on Amazon. And I would love to hear from you if you do. What do you think about it, and how does it make you feel once you start reading it and once you finish it? So again, short guide to everything important in life. Reviews are coming in. They're not numerous, but they're pretty solid, especially those that I'm getting directly one-on-one from people who are reading it and who so far love it. Hope the stuff that I keep hearing about the book remains generally the same. So that's all for this episode. It was only kind of an overview of my latest venture, which is the book, of course. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. I would love to have you on my Patreon page. If you have $1 or $2 per month to spare, that would be $1 or $2 per month at my Patreon page, which would suit me ideally. So consider that, and of course check out all of my other Patreon supporters, their ventures. Subscribe if you didn't so far, leave a like, leave a comment, check out the short guide to everything important in life, and have a great week. I'll talk to you in precisely 7 days from now. Until then, bye bye, and you too, again, have an awesome week.